civilian infrastructure, General Sharma, in your view?
Yes, see, that's a cunning and a sly enemy, and there are areas which is left untouched even now, which are also in some kind of a disputed form on the LSC. If he comes and sits there tomorrow, we have to be mindful of the fact. And now we do patrolling to patrol points, but we'll have to be a little more proactive in times to come in those areas where similar thing is possible. What is done to Finger Four, so that changes the whole character of management or the border management posture in peacetime. That's a very I'm not saying we wanted to convert into line of control, but actually it means a domination of a different level which has to be done in these areas, lest he comes in after 4 5 months and sits in some other area and we have a similar situation happening.
Okay.
So the protocols, as Jan Huda says, the protocols and the CBMs are a thing of the past, but even normal management of that area will have to change to a different level altogether.
Okay. Jan Huda, China is also expanding in South China Sea, in East China Sea. In your appreciation, what explains this total belligerence, from China on multiple fronts? And in your view, will countries like the United States of America, Japan, Taiwan, will they take on China, or will they perhaps buckle under pressure because everyone's not coming in together? Or is coming in together is the only way to deal with China?
See, Gaurav, there were already some, geopolitical trends that were visible. One of them was a US-China rivalry that was emerging. And I think this pandemic has only sort of sharpened this and accelerated these rivalries. Our hopes that China would rise peacefully, I think somehow are now, a thing of the past. And I think countries like Japan and Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, even Australia are coming to this realization. Gaurav, there is also one real fact, and that fact is that China is become a dominant power in Asia. If you look at the power differential between China and other countries, it is fairly large. And as their economy grows, their military capability grows, the differential is going to grow. And I think with this realization, you will find countries coming together. I don't think countries will start bowing to, Chinese pressure and accept anything and everything that China says. So you will probably find a grouping, whether you want to call it an alliance, want to call it something else. But like-minded countries, ASEAN countries, Australia, Japan, Korea, I think you will find a coming together with India of this.
Fair enough. We shall watch those quad exercises. Generally, we have some youngsters who have questions, one each I have time for on the broadcast. And if I may, Abhay Pratap from the Galgotia University, General Huda, has a question for you, and he wants to ask, did you always want to join the army and be a soldier, General Huda?
Yeah. It was always there. We were from a family of soldiers. My grandfather, my father, my elder brother joined the army. So I don't think we really looked at, any other career as an option. And honestly, I put on a uniform when I was 16 years old, took it off when I was 60 years old. And I haven't regretted one single moment of those 44 years. So I'm quite happy.
Brilliant. And, it's been such an honor for me to report on armed forces when you were there as Army Commander, Northern Command. And General Sharma, Abhay Pratap again from Galgotia University has a question for you. He wants to ask you, what more does the government need to do to make army an option for youngsters? How do we encourage more youngsters to join the armed forces, General Sharma?
Okay, the fact is that the army itself is a very promising career, and we are doing many ways to sort it out. The government has to be a little more proactive. I feel that we need to get our systems going in a better form, in that, it looks as if we are reacting. We shouldn't react to a situation. We should be proactive. And in that manner, when we show ourselves as a modern military, it is a younger lot which has got new zeal, new enthusiasm, new technology. Those things will empower our people to come more and more and join the armed forces. We have to show ourselves into a modernistic force as existing in many other armies, and that modernistic approach will goad our youngsters to say, yeah, this is the organization I can contribute to much better. And I think we need to do this. Sometimes it gives you a feel that we do a lot of
Okay.
discussions, and we are actually, movement is little tardy and slow. We need to get over that phase for us.
Oh, absolutely. And as you very rightly point out, that the valor of our braves and seeing generals, who've done so well, it does inspire the next generation of soldiers, especially the valor of our braves on ground. General Hooda and General Sharma, it's, as always, it's a pleasure to have you on the broadcast. Many thanks for joining us and our young viewers on this special edition of Mind Rocks.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Gaurav.